let me rephrase that. The way we think does one or two things for us. It either motivates us or it don't. So that's the problem. The things that you're thinking, does it motivate you to do anything? Are you the type of person that when you wake up in the morning, you got the news playing, and you know every time you listen to the news, what happened? Somebody was robbed, stabbed, killed, shot. That's right. The first thing you got on your mind. That's not motivating at all. You know what I'm saying? When I was at the Ritz-Carlton, I was telling you about when we came out of when we went into the lobby of the Ritz-Carlton Hotel as an employee, there was a sign on the door, Melinda, and that sign was a reminder, and it said, "Smile, you're on stage." And Q remembers that sign. Yep. I know. Q remembers that sign.
You're always on stage.
Huh? Yeah, right.
Always on stage.
So when we were working at the Ritz, that was their way of telling you, hey, all that shit you got going on in your life, you need to leave this back here. Right. You're about to go out into our lobby of our hotel, and we need you to be on the stage and represent us, the Ritz-Carlton Company. You need to be on point. And I thought about it. I thought it was back then. I thought it was one of the stupidest things in the world. But when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? Every time you walk out of your house, you are on a stage. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? And what kind of images, what kind of your body language, your facial expression, what are you telling people on this stage of life that you're walking on? Because think about it. When we say a stage, the crazy thing about the stage of life is you don't get do-overs in life. You know what I'm saying?
Say that one more time.
The crazy thing about life is you don't get a do-over. You can't meet somebody again for the first time. When you meet them, that's the impression that they're going to have. Yeah, if you shooting a reality show or something like that, you can redo that scene. You know what I'm saying? If you're shooting a movie, you can redo that scene, but you can never, ever make a first impression the second time because that's the way people are going to meet you. So that's my whole thing. When you walk out that door for the first time and start your day, just remember, everything that you got going on in your private life, the people outside of your house really don't care.
Right.
This is your stage and take advantage of it.
And the good thing about it is, if you guys who don't know who Michael McFadden is, Michael is on Sensation Station every morning, the Michael and Joy show. Michael and Joy, hashtag.
You're going to get it in the morning. You're going to get it right.
Michael and Joy in the morning.
There you go.
But it's still a show.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just saying.
Happens in the morning. You guys see why I love my clients? Because my clients are so okay.
Why is your camera so clear and I look so foggy? I don't like this. All right, go ahead. Hey, Michelle. Did I say hey to Michelle?
You did. So give us the first step. What's the first step to self-motivation?
I told you the choices you make, the choices of your thinking needs to motivate you. The next one, change. The number one mistake about change is that we have a bad problem of trying to change people around us. And when I say try to change people around us, I really mean the word try, because in truisms, I'll talk about what the word try means. The definition of try is to fail with honor. So when I tell you, Melinda, you say, hey, Michael, we got a party tonight. Are you going to come out? What's the first thing I say? You know what? I'm going to try to make it. You already know.
It's an excuse to fail.
That's right. This Negro ain't coming. You already know that. So,
and I only ask you because you can never say you didn't invite me.
Oh, I know. That's why I can use it. Like the other day when y'all had that party, what was that, Sunday?
Yeah.
I said, hey, what time y'all getting there? You like 11:30. I said, I ain't coming.
Right.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say, but back to what we talking about. The first thing, the number one mistake that we try to change other people. And unless you're really going to change your circle of people that you hang around, chances are you're not going to change people. And changing that circle is a must for some of us, because sometimes we get stuck with that same crew we used to hang with and we're not elevating our lives. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So you stop trying to change the people around us. Now, we all got friends. We're probably friends with them right now on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter that always call you and want pity or always complaining about something. We all have them. And I always say, if you don't know who that friend is in your crew, it's probably you. Right? Are you on the phone?
No, I'm telling the Periscope. Boy, don't die. Come on now, McFadden.
So change who you are first.
Change your environment.
Change who you are first. Yes, change who you are first. Stop trying to change other people around you because it never, ever works.
It never works. And the crazy part about that is, in another way, in the form that we speak on, is when you put an expectation on somebody and you always get let down because the expectation is bigger than who they are. And they're not at fault for it. It's just
Right.
who they are.
Exactly.
So you either accept who they are and, like you say, change yourself. And 9 times out of 10, when you start to change yourself and align yourself in the way that you want to go, they're going to drop off. It's inevitable.
Yep. It's inevitable.
They're going to change a direction, and hopefully it can go, and everyone goes easy away from each other and respect one another. And it's about staying, though, aligned. The directions can change, but you have to, when you say aligned and you watch, don't fight it. I think they start walking in fear of losing the comfortableness of things, which deters them from moving forward. You know?
Totally agree.
And people like yourself, Michael, who self-motivates, because I'm like you, I have to self-motivate because I can't expect anyone to wish better for me than themselves. So I just have to say, hey, this is what I need to do today. This is what I need to bring in today. This is the kind of energy I need to surround myself today. So that's part in self-motivation.
I used to have this bad problem, Melinda, where I used to get upset when people didn't have the same, the same feeling that I had about something. You know what I'm saying? I would get mad at them because they didn't. But once again, I had to realize it wasn't them. It wasn't me. You know what I'm saying? It was them. You know what I'm saying? I can't want for them. I can't make them. We did an interview with Pretty Ken, aka PK, on the show recently, and he said that was one of the mistakes that he made coming up in the music business, where PK had this vision for everybody in the Attic crew, whether it was Sean Paul or J Bo or Polo or Cuddy or Putt or any of those cats. He saw something in them that he knew, man, I can make you a star. But the one thing he failed to ask them was what they wanted. And what he saw in them was something that they really didn't want because he never asked them. So that's why they didn't go as hard as he thought they should, because he saw something in them. He never asked them what they wanted. And that's sometimes too, that's why I had to catch myself, because I'm saying to myself, dude, you don't want this? Look at all this money you can make. You don't want it? And you know what? At the end of the day, they really didn't. They were comfortable with buying a new pair of Jordans. You know what I'm saying? And that's all they wanted, or being able to, get into the club for free, whatever the situation was.
Right. And I think that too, it's hard, because at that same time, that's like,
what she said.
You nasty see? Guys, I can't make this up. All my clients are like this. When I tell you we get along, not because, and again, here's a perfect example of aligning yourself with like minds. A perfect example, because the same chemistry Michael Keith and I have is the same chemistry McFadden and I have. The same chemistry Bobby V and I have. The same chemistry McFadden and Bobby V could have together. Jay Holiday and McFadden, they still have a running joke. That synergy, because we have surrounded ourselves with like minds. So there is no turmoil, and you'll really feel like you get at peace. And when you find that peace, I mean, that kind of itself is like, thank you, Jesus, for, and I'm grateful. Now I can keep going because I'm not worried about the outside influences.
Why Jay still talking about that shirt though? That shirt has been buried. I burned that shirt after what we had, Metro Fusion or something.
We had an event and Michael wore this shirt.
That shirt was the bomb. Don't do that.
Okay, yeah. It was a shirt, but it had a bow tie. A bow tie design inside it, like a bow tie. And everybody was joning Michael McFadden that night, talking about, man, you all tied up and all kind of.
But the funny part was y'all didn't realize it wasn't a real tie until after we was done. Did y'all not notice it wasn't swinging or nothing?
Oh, no, we didn't like. We just don't. They knew. They just weren't gonna say nothing until we got outside. And that's when everybody started going in on you.
And then Joyce Littell kept on calling Michael Keith, Michael Knight. It was like, man, that is not Michael Knight, the design. That is Michael Keith, Grammy Award winner, 112.
Oh, Lord.
All right, anyway.
All right, so the third step. You said 1 and 2. What's the third step?
Next one, great things are often created slowly through small changes. Imagine looking to accomplish all your goals in 30 days. Say you made your goals for 2016 and you try to accomplish those things in 30 days. Chances are it's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? That's a big mistake with making change of ourselves. Remember, great things are often created very slow through small changes. I have a saying that says, how about changing 5% at a time? If you brought 5%, only 5% of more purposefulness to your life each day, it will only take you 20 days before you have doubled your sense of purpose.
So you say very slow changes create great results?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
They're great. All the time, whatever it is that we do, it's always great results. You remember, Santiago, when I was a little thick? I was a little thicker than I am now. Approximately about 35 pounds thicker.
Fluffier.
I couldn't lose that 35 pounds in 30 days. It was small change, and those small changes were 1.5 to 2 pounds per week. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trying to knock out 40 pounds in 30 days. I had to experience it and take it very, very slowly, because once again, what happens is when you set these, I'm not saying they're unrealistic goals, but when you set big goals for yourself and you don't start to see results, you begin to get frustrated with yourself.
Yep.
And as soon as you get frustrated with yourself, you stop. You know what I'm saying? And that becomes a problem, because now you feel like you're not accomplishing anything. One thing that I've always, and I'm not going to say always done, but I probably started back in 2007, 2006. Somewhere around there, I started making daily goals for myself. I'm talking about, I don't care how small the goals were. If I had it in front of, you know what? I got it right here. Hold on. I got it right here. I started setting daily goals for myself. So every day I keep this book right here with me. And that's my idea book. So I keep this book with me right here. I lie to you not. These are my daily goals. I keep this book with me, and I don't care how minor the goal is, I write it down. Can y'all see that?
Yes. You guys, if you have any questions for us, please put them up here, and I will ask Michael McFadden. If you're not going to join us on blab.im, ask questions here, and I'll ask him.
So every day I write down daily goals for myself, and as you can see, I do it every day. And like I said, I don't care how small the goal is. I don't care if it's to mail a letter to take a letter to the post office. So what this does for me, we talk about small changes. What this does, so by the beginning of the day, I got 10 goals set up for myself that I need to do, and I'm looking at the book constantly every day, and I'm knocking out these goals. So when I get home at night, now all of a sudden, as I sit down and look at the book, I can go through and I can strike out everything that I've got done. That immediately sends a message to your brain to say, what? Man, I got a lot of stuff done today. It makes you feel accomplished. It makes you, even though it's a small goal, it makes you feel accomplished, because all of these small goals are leading to a bigger picture of what you're looking to accomplish by the end of the year. Absolutely. Now, it also has the same effect.
That's so smart. And say it again, because when you feel like you've accomplished something, right?
Yes.
Your whole mindset changes to a whole, you kind of switch the gear to a positive realm. One accomplishment. So imagine small steps. Now, you guys, if you're listening, if you guys are really listening and taking notes, this is not just a self-proclaimed therapist. This is somebody who has done it, executed it, and has the results behind it. And this is not only common sense, because a lot of us realize we don't have the common sense because things change daily. It's about you having a sense to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I'm telling you, you guys are tired of working from home. You guys are tired of working on somebody else's dime and doing something like these are some simple steps just to get you started.
Just to get you started.
Just to get you started. Because what's our biggest fear when we want to step out on our own? How do I start?
Right. And you know what, Melinda, the crazy part is when I sit down and tell people how do you start, the first question I ask them, do you have your URL? Do you have your name on GoDaddy? Let me ask, that's the first question I ask people. You know what I'm saying?
You have your name. If you never use it, do you still have your name on GoDaddy?
And the thing is, why wouldn't you have it? Because you are the brand. Melinda Santiago is the brand. Michael McFadden is the brand. Coach Michelle is the brand. So why wouldn't you have it? So now when I give them that challenge to say, hey, here's what I need you to do. As a matter of fact, I had a GoDaddy app on my phone. I'll tell them, what's your name? First name, last name. I go to GoDaddy.com and bam, it's available. 13, 15 with tax. I'll tell them, if you don't buy this by tomorrow, guess who's going to buy it? I am. And when I sell it to you, I'm going to sell it to you for $100. Fear kills people more than death. Once said, fear kills people more than death. I really said that because you don't live one time, but fear continues to kill you over and over and over again. You talk about it. I told a story about the 2x4, called the 2x4 story. And I wasn't going to get y'all, this is supposed to be like a teaser. So work through your small fear and remember that fear kills you more than death. Stop being afraid to make that move. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't quit your job to go start your t-shirt business or quit your job to, do a radio show or anything like that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is stop being scared to do it. And I think what happens for a lot of us is we're scared, we're afraid to work. You remember growing up, if you got brothers and sisters, my mom was famous for telling us this. You're afraid you're going to do more than somebody else. That's what my mom used to tell us when we was growing up. Whether it was I had to wash the dishes and then my oldest sister, she had to take out the trash. But Connie was mad because she had to carry something heavier than I had to do, or vice versa, whatever it is. We're afraid that we're going to have to do more than somebody else.
Right.
Now, I am so candid with what I do every day. I get up in the morning, I do a radio show from 7 to 9. I go to work after the radio show. I have another business a couple of days a week after the radio show. I'm also a husband. I'm a father of a teen that is about to go to the University of R. And you talk about you ain't got no time. For real? So stop being afraid to work hard. If you look at any successful people out there, regardless of who your idol is, trust me, they're putting more than 2 hours of work in a day on their craft. And you got to start doing it to stop being afraid. Fear kills people more than death.
I always tell people stop walking in fear.
Get out of it.
What are they going to do? What are they going to do?
I'll go ahead. What you say?
What are they going to do? If I tell you no, what are you going to do? Not like me? You mad at me? Did it kill me? No.
Did you die?
Did I die? Exactly.
You could sing read on them.
Well, I mean, like I say, when they step out of fear and stop walking in the place of fear, you watch how, and you become bold, but not anal.
Right.
You become bold, meaning I'm untouchable because I'm living in my truth, which is like how Michelle, step into your truth and you start moving. So in the spiritual sense, in the sensitive type sense, also in the physical sense, it all is the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely stop walking in fear.
When I was at the when I was at the West Cobb the award ceremony a couple weeks ago, Melinda, for I mean not West Cobb but West Georgia, for those that are not in Atlanta. Atlanta consists of 285, which is a loop around the city, you know what I'm saying? Then you got 75, 85 that run north and south. Then you got I-20 that runs east and west. East takes you back towards Alabama. I mean, it takes you back towards, what is that over to what's to west? What's that?
Alabama, Mississippi?
Nah, that's west. What's east?
North Carolina, South Carolina.
Yeah. So I was on the west side. So I was going towards, don't do that. I was going towards Alabama. And so we were when I went to this thing, when I went in, it was probably about 150 people or so. It looked like a Trump rally. Just FYI, it looked like a Trump rally. However, one, I wasn't scared because I speak all the time. But two, I never changed who I was, Melinda. The same person that you hear on Michael and Joy in the morning, the same person that you see on Facebook and Instagram, the same person that you're seeing on this blab, the same dude that Melinda represents very well is the same dude that spoke in West Georgia. I was not afraid, and I didn't have to change who I was to adapt to my audience. They changed to me. I remember reading Russell Simmons say that in his first book. He doesn't get intimidated when he walked into rooms of, Caucasian brothers or Jewish brothers. They had to adapt to who he was. So stop being afraid of who you are and live in you. Live in you. I just freestyle that. That was not a saying I was
live in you though.
Yeah.
I don't know where else you could live, but live in you. Yeah. Some people live outside of themselves, like they in a fantasy land. So yeah, live in you.
It looked like you got somebody living right there.
Look, Michael.
What's that? Who is that? What you done bought? What you done bought?
I done bought some people's names.
Oh, have you for real?
I done bought some people's names. They gotta buy it from me. See?
Oops. What up, DJ Jack Money and SC? He in that? Oh, you in South Carolina? I love South Carolina.
I think he was answering your question, like, "Hey, what's east of us?"
Yeah.
No,
see, I told y'all I dropped out of school in the DJ Jack Money and ATL. What up, DJ? Told y'all I dropped out in 11th grade. I did get my high school diploma though. Shout out to Frederick Douglass High School.
But the great thing about it is, guess what? I didn't graduate college either.
Did you go? Did you attend?
I went 2 years, and I was going for criminal justice and correction, and that's my path. I love investigations. I love figuring it out. Because it comes to me, but I understand why it comes to me now, because the intuition, because I'm already clairvoyant, like I get all that. So I understand why that came easy to me. But I loved it, like forensic science. I want to figure it out, you know?
I went to Atlanta Area Tech for a minute when I got out of the service.
But my dad talked me out of it because he was fearful for me.
Okay, yeah.
You know, he said, I don't want you in the prisons trying to figure out why the crazy guy decided to eat someone's throat. And I'm like, you know what, Dad?
You could be right.
So, all right. So what are we on now? 5?
Yeah, that sounds good. Push your own buttons. You will hear about a story I tell about Anthony Burgess. I'm sure y'all could look it up, but push your own buttons. A lot of times what happens in our life, guys, is we live our life like there's no clock. Like it's not going to expire. And I ask, imagine working at a job and there was no specific time that you got off. Imagine athletes playing a game of basketball, football, whatever, and there was no clock and it never ends. How would they play? They would be so lackadaisical, whatever. Maybe we'll score. The game goes on forever. Most of us live our lives as if our life isn't going to end. And unfortunately, y'all, guess what? I got some news. It's going to end someday. And I was talking earlier about how we always talk about, I'm going to do this when this happens. I'm going to buy that such and such when that happens. I'm going to buy a new house when I get this done. The question is, what if that never happens?
Right.
What if that new job never happens? You'll never buy that house. What if you never? And that's the thing. That goes back to that thought process of pushing your own buttons. When I talk about living life like it's going to expire, it just makes me think about everybody in my family. My mom, once again, I'm very candid about my life. My mom passed away before she was 50 from a brain aneurysm. My sister passed away on her 40th birthday from kidney failure. I had a 14-year-old nephew, my sister's first child, who was murdered at the age of 14 in Washington, D.C. And I think about their lives and how they thought that they had a lot of time left. In actuality, they didn't. And sometimes we wait. Right. We wait for stuff to happen in our lives to make those changes. We wait for the Georgia Power Bill to say, okay, we about to turn your stuff off. You know what I'm saying?
We come tomorrow morning, 8 a.m., turn your shit off.
And now all of a sudden you want to work hard now to get it paid off because we wait for stuff to happen in our lives. We don't have to wait, guys. It's already in you. And we talk about self-motivation. Learn to push your own button. And sometimes we sit back and wait. We want things to be perfect.
Right.
We wait for the perfect opportunity to make things happen. It's never going to be perfect. It is never going to be perfect. When I wrote Truisms, that was one thing I toyed with. Oh, man, I got to make sure all the words are spelled correctly. Blase, blase, blase. And then I thought about what Steve Jobs did with the iPhone. When Steve Jobs made the iPhone, he just put the damn iPhone out and said, you know what? Y'all tell me what's wrong with the iPhone and I'll fix it. You know what I'm saying? Because if he would have waited until it was perfect, it probably would have never dropped.
Or somebody else would have done it. There you go. So stop waiting, guys. Push your own buttons. I love that analogy. Push your own buttons, do it, and let them figure it out. Let them tweak it. Because the great thing about how we're all built, we're all different blueprints. And you could be the smartest person in that in that area. But someone who has no knowledge of that is going to pick up on those things that you never thought of.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a great thing about how people interact with one another. So I love that concept. I'm going to put it out there. You guys tell me what's wrong with it.
Tell me what's wrong with it.
And now we'll tweak it and make it work. And shit, they're still tweaking the iPhone. They're still tweaking it.
Tweaking it. Exactly.
Still tweaking it. And it will never, ever, ever not. Otherwise, when that happens, when they perfect it, there will never be a reason to go get the iPhone 18.
Exactly.
So
think about this, Melinda. Think about, I'm doing a story tomorrow on the show. A couple of things to think about. Think about the iPhone and all these apps and how on the regular there's always an update.
Right.
Always an update to fix bugs, to tweak it, to make it better. Right. I'm doing a story tomorrow on Uber. Uber now offers Uber Eats, where they will deliver food to you through Uber now. You know what I'm saying? That was something that they said, oh, okay, guess what? We're going to start doing this. You know what I'm saying? And even when you look at Facebook now compared to when Facebook was 2007 or whenever it was founded, do you remember when they made the first change to Facebook and everybody was like, oh, I want the old layout back?
Here.
You know, Zuckerberg first changed that layout and people were mad like, oh, what happened to the old layout? Exactly. And now when you look at Facebook, Facebook is continuously evolving and becoming better because it was never perfect and it will never be perfect. And that's what I'm saying.
We will constantly evolve.
By
educating ourselves. So push our own buttons. It's like you get up every morning, get that coffee, that damn cup of coffee to kickstart you. The fact that you opened your eyes is enough.
Oh, yeah.
To say, okay, what am I going to do today?
What am I going to do today?
And again, take that little notebook and write. I go to the grocery, and people think it's a reminder list because you all know it's those accomplishments.
Those are accomplishments. You're exactly right. Melinda, you're kind of smart, girl.
Don't make those. Yeah, I tend not to tell people that, but I try myself sometimes. But no, I always tell people, what's your 5-year plan? I'm like, why are you doing that to yourself?
Yep.
Because that's so much weight on your shoulders. That's
exactly
stress on your shoulders. And the minute you miss that one opportunity, you think the rest of the 4 years are failed. And now guess what? I'll start over in the 6th year. Next
right.
It's the 12th year. And then you realize I sat home and, oh my God, I didn't do shit for the last 17 years.
Yep.
And so it becomes one of those things that don't set those goals. And this is the analogy that I use for people. I say, you know how when you're driving on a long road, there's no street lights. It's just your car and your headlights. The headlights only see about 2 feet in front of you. But you don't stop driving. Why? Because there's a road still there.
Mm-hmm.
But you're only seeing 2 feet ahead. So you don't have to see 10 miles down the road. It's a road. Mm-mm. It's 2 feet ahead of you so you don't block and don't hit nothing. So take that mindset. You only need that 2 feet. You only need a couple of days ahead. You only need tomorrow. Whatever happens tomorrow, let it live in that moment.
Because like we were saying earlier when I was talking about living your life like there's no clock. They asked that stupid question, what's your 5-year plan? I may not be here in 5 years. Here's what I want to accomplish today.
True talk.
Here's what I want to accomplish today. And something that, for me, Melinda, when my whole life changed and I really started to understand what life was about from a spiritual perspective is when I was afraid to die. I was at a point in my life where I was afraid to die because I didn't know what people would think about me when I left. And that was a big thing in my life for some reason. And it goes back to my childhood. We were put out. My mom and I was about 12 years old, Melinda, and we were actually put out of our apartment. Well, my mama was put out. I just lived there. Huh?
No, I'm talking to the people signing in on live.
I was we were put out, and I came around. We got out the school bus. I was in middle school, and got out the school bus. We were in Southview, and came around that corner, walking down Iverson Street, and you could see the furniture on the corner and from a distance. And the first thing that came to mind, somebody got put out. And as we got closer,
oh shit, that's my car.
Well, damn, that's our stuff. And Melinda, I promise you, the first thing that went through my mind was, I can't have people remember me like this. I ain't think about my mama. I ain't think about where we were going to live, where we were moving to, what happened. The first thing that came to my mind was, I cannot have people remember me like that. And I went into PR mode, because you end up being the kid in the neighborhood that they say, hey, you remember Michael? And they be like, Michael who? Michael, the one that got put out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, him. Or you remember Charles? Charles who? Charles with the stinky breath. Oh, yeah, that Charles. I didn't want to be that dude. So I immediately went into PR mode to find a way to clean it up. And as I got older, I realized like that was something that was real big to me. And if Coach Michelle listening, she's gonna take this and run with it. I know.
No, she's not in. She probably had to tend to the babies.
Okay. But that's something that has always bothered me, because I got to that point in my life, Melinda, where I was thinking, damn, you know, I wasn't doing too good in my life. I had a whole bunch of shit going on. I'm thinking, man, what if I die today? Would the pastor have to lie at my funeral? Chances are he would. You know what I'm saying? So it was at that point where I realized I got to clean my shit up, because if something happens to me today, my job is to leave a legacy for my family. And I'm at a point now, Melinda, where I feel comfortable that if anything happened to me, nobody would have to lie on my behalf. You know what I'm saying? Right. I just asked you to delete my browser history, Melinda, and I left you the passwords in my will. You got all my passwords. Don't unlock the iPhone.
I'm not unlocking nothing. I'm gonna
destroy the pictures.
I'm gonna take a sledgehammer to it. Just be
destroy the pictures and everything. Okay.
To say goodbye. Seriously, because Michael, and the sad part about it is, still in some people adult life, they're so worried about what people think. Mm-hmm. Because they know they have not been walking correctly.
Right.
And they want to place blame. Now, of course, we cannot help those who are self-envious. You know, they have that soul that's envious of others. You could be sweet as pie and help and all that stuff, but for whatever reason, somebody just doesn't like you because they don't like themselves.
Right.
You know? And it's a difficult thing, because at this point, and I say it happened for me within the last 5 years, who cares what people think? Who cares? And I go back to that. Is it paying my bills what you think? Mm-hmm. Is my kids affected by what you think? Am I affected by, is my livelihood affected by what you think? No, because if you don't like me, okay, it's all right. If you think it's something, but I do walk in a space where I respect. And when you respect people, you are humanly impossible to do wrong by them.
Right.
It doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. If you actually really respect, you can't do harm to them, and you can't. So respect people. And I always tell people this as well. Don't treat people like you want to be treated. Don't, because I don't like to be touched. Don't touch me. You may like to be touched. Treat people how they want to be treated. It's by a conversation. Hey, what do you like? What annoys you? What gets on your nerves? Because what may annoy me with you may not annoy me with someone else. So everything is different. So once you get out of that feeling of what do they think about me? But again, it's changing yourself enough to do right, so people have nothing but great things to say about you.
And that's one of my messages for me personally, is that, and I talk about it in the book, how my whole thing is never leave someone with something negative to say about you. That's how I live my life personally. Right. You know what I'm saying? And we talked about it earlier with PK, how when you don't ask people what it is that they want, you know what I'm saying? Because you steady thinking, oh, this is me. Treat me the way I want. Nah, you're exactly right. I love the way they do it. I used to wait tables. I was a server here in Atlanta before, and I was probably one of the best servers in the business, because I know the sales game And the message that I used was, a lot of times, if you think about this, y'all, if you ever go to a restaurant, think about this, or somebody that's just recently been to one. When a server comes to the table, Melinda, what is one of the first things they do besides ask you what do you want to drink? They tell you about the specials, don't they? They say, hey, welcome to the say Longhorns. Today the special is blase, blase, blase with a shrimp and the lobster tail and all this kind of stuff. When I went to a table, Melinda, you know the first thing I asked people?
How you doing?
What do you got? No, not how you doing, but what are you in the mood for?
Right.
So now I'm asking you, you're telling me what you want. So as soon as Melinda say, hey, I want some chicken livers, you know what? I just said chicken liver. Yeah, or chitlins. You know, you like chitlins. I would say, you know what, Melinda? It is your special day because the chicken livers are on special, and it comes with blase, blase, blase. But sometimes we're so sometimes we're so worried about telling everybody about what we have.
Yep.
And not asking them what they want. So get out of that mode. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Think about yourself. And for me now, I'm living in a space now where I know my goal is I don't want anybody to leave me. If I've ever met you before or bumped into you, when I leave you, I don't want you to have anything negative to say about me because I'm not going to leave you that way. So what time is it? I got to work in the morning.
Wait a minute. Where we at? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right. Number 7.
And just run through them. 7.
All right. What's this? 6. This is 6. 6 is elusive factors. And elusive factors are things that you cannot teach. Okay? These are things you cannot teach. I can teach you overcoming your fear and all that kind of stuff. But these things that you can't teach, either you have it or you don't. Elusive factors are passion, which is something that you got to love. Number 2, the other one is ambition.
Yeah, I
can't teach you ambition.
Right.
And I can't teach you determination. Right. I can't teach you any of those. When I think about elusive factors, is one person that comes to mind, and that is Sean P. Daddy Puffy Combs. I don't care what you think about him as far as a media type person, but when it comes to a mogul,
smart man.
I've never met him before. I met him one time. I said what's up to him. He was walking by. I said what's up to him. So if you can count that as met him, then I met him that time. But he is one of the brightest people I know in business itself. Like I said, totally different guy from the Snapchats and wherever you see him. But when it comes to running business, when you talk about elusive factors, passion, drive, determination, ambition, you cannot stop that kid on that. You talk about a guy who was fired as an intern, you know what I'm saying, and then ended up hiring his boss at the time to work for him in L.A. Reid. So you can't teach those. So those are elusive factors that you got to have when it comes to self-motivation. You met Puff?
Yeah.
Yes, you met Puff. He work with one of your clients.
Yes.
What is it about Puff that you enjoy?
I mean, the determination, the self-drive, the whole, like, he doesn't take no for an answer. Because if he does take no, he's going to take no from you, and he's going to figure out why you said no, and he's going to go to somebody else with a yes. And then that person sitting there with that said no, sit there, look stupid.
Right.
All they had to say was no, but let me see what you can do, la, la, la. But the self-determination, and I think the drive, and the fact that he makes everything work. He doesn't stop. So, you know.
I remember reading a story about when he was at Uptown and when he was going to Howard and was working at Uptown, he would catch the train from DC back to New York to work as an intern. Who do you know as an adult
that'll do that?
That would do that.
Oh yeah. Now they're like, well, what am I going to get paid? And then it's okay. But again, the times and temperature have changed, and I get it.
Yeah, it's changed. Yeah, it's changed.
You still have to put your time in to get the respect, because it doesn't matter what kind of business you're in. If you're not in a respected business or a respected place to do business, no one's going to do business.
Right. That's why I like on the show, the interns that we bring in on the show, we're not bringing interns in where we want you to go get us coffee or run to the Texaco to get us some gummy bears. No, we want you to work.
You asked me to do that.
Yeah, you do that. Melinda does that. She's my manager slash slash
mama.
But shout out to Swish Reed though. Brandon interned with us, and you know Brandon Brandon is a 4-year graduate from Georgia Tech University. He was playing basketball with them, and then 2 weeks ago he worked with us as an intern on the show, and two weeks ago he was picked up to play professional basketball overseas, and he's overseas now playing basketball. So shout out to Brandon. But once again, that thing that I talked about, never have anybody negative to say about you. Brandon cannot say anything negative about his experience with working with us in the morning. So shout out to Brandon and congratulations. And the last one, number 10.
Wait a minute, we skipped over 8 and 9.
No, we didn't. Elusive factors was 7,
8, and 9.
Right. Determination, drive, ambition, passion.
Gotcha.
That was 6, 7, 8, 9.
Gotcha. Check.
And the last one, finally, Aristotle said it best. Whatever we learn to do, we learn by actually doing it. Yeah. You know what? I was in a Tom Hopkins seminar as a brand new real estate agent, Melinda, and I promise you, I think we had the Congress Center or something. He had the room packed. He's probably one of the best motivational speakers, sales cats it is. He had the room packed, Melinda. And I would probably say 500, 600, 700 people in there. And he sat there and he said, and I felt like he was talking to me. It felt like the pastor preaching at church. He was talking to me. You know how when you go to church, Melinda, the pastor say, I know y'all was out there in the club this weekend, smoking that smoke and drinking that drink, and you'd be like, ooh, why is pastor talking about me? But I felt him talking to me because he said, in this room full of people, only 10% of y'all are listening. Mm-hmm. And out of that 10%, only 1% of y'all are going to actually do what I say.
Yep.
I was that 1%, Melinda. When I sat there and heard that man talk about all of these steps and things you need to do to be a great real estate agent and sales and all that kind of, but Melinda, I was taking notes. And when I got back to my community, I consolidated them notes and I sat there and read them every day because I'm saying to myself, he's telling us this for a reason.
Hello.
Because it's proven to work. You know what I'm saying? Let me follow what he's saying. And then when he said that whole 1% deal, I said, oh, I'm going to be part of that 1%. And now I'm able to follow my dreams and doing what he did. When we talk about passions and doing stuff that you love, when I was on that stage last week to talk about 10 steps of self-motivation, that's something that I could really do for free.
Where were you at 10 days ago? I didn't know about this. See, that's that problem child shit. I didn't know nothing about it. I could have. But with all that to say, you guys.
But we fixing that though.
We are fixing it. Pick up his book, Truisms. Michael, where can they find it at?
Oh, MichaelMcFadden.com. Come on, where else you think I'm gonna send you?
I mean, I'm letting you promote it.
No, I just said MichaelMcFadden.com. You ain't gonna find it at MelindaSantiago.com.
I can't stand you. Okay, so watch
Steely,
Michael and Joy in the morning on Cessation Station or MichaelandJoy.com.
Steely, I am not naughty.
Yes.
What kind of? Am I naughty for real? Hold on. What time is it? Is it?
It's 10:40.
It's 10:40 for real.
And a lunar eclipse night. I gotta go put my crystals outside.
Oh my god.
Booking
without your manager.
Steely, tell him 4 years.
Steely, don't do that.
And every day I tell him, okay. And it finally bit him in the ass. Bless it.
Tell him the whole story though. Did you tell me? No, I ain't gonna do that.
You wanna go there?
No. And this person was supposed to be on the show today and was a no call, no show.
What? Oh, was he?
Mm-hmm.
He mad.
I did not say he.
He's embarrassed. No, I'm gonna tell it, Steely.
No.
If you want to go, you can go, but I'm gonna tell it.
No.
Yes.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna tell why Michael is bad. Bad boy. No, but Michael, I appreciate you giving us those 10 steps because honestly, it is important.
Melinda.
Yes.
I'm gonna be in Vegas June 2nd. You can get me in any club.
Boy, bye. Because you sound like you're getting a little inebriated over there.
No, I'm tired. That's what I am. You can't get me in. Oh, hold on. I got my cigar, too. You going to pull out your cigar. You buster. What up, Michael Keith? Hey, thank you, Melinda. Come do some radio with me in the morning. I'm just playing. You don't have to get up. I'm just playing. Now, how you going to say I'm getting inebriated? I just drink beer.
I don't know. Just like you lie about running 15 miles a day.
You want to see this?
Michael McFadden writes he puts a picture of his watch, but never of him running. But
it's not a watch.
I ran 15.3 miles today. No, you didn't.
And it's never 15. It's at least 6.
Nike, he lying.
Do I need to show the abs? Is that what we need to do?
No.
Oh, okay.
Nobody wants to see them crusty abs.
Because I think I'm probably one of the best, the most fit of your clients.
Find it. Oh,
I don't know. Jay is probably skinny.
Bobby too, and Michael.
No, Bobby's a little thick. Michael's a little thick.
You know this is being aired.
I don't care.
Love it. Michael,
shots fired.
I'll see you in the morning. I'll talk to you. Well, no, I'll do neither.
No, thank you very much, Melinda Santiago. You are the greatest. Shout out to the whole S Firm crew. Shout out to that's Malik. Hey, y'all, that's Malik. Tell Malik congratulations. Going to Auburn. They said congratulations.
Congratulations on Auburn, Malik.
Thank you, Melinda. Steely said congratulations.
I'm gonna come visit you in college, Malik.
I'm glad he didn't hear that.
It's me and you, kid.
She gonna come visit you in college.
Me and you, kid.
Come out bad. Melinda, don't do that. I will call the police on you.
Daddy approves.
I'll call the police on you.
So anyways, have a good night, Michael. Thank you so much
for Melinda.
Love you. Take care. Follow him, please, at DC2ATL on Instagram.
I'm almost at 5,000.
On Twitter or on Instagram?
IG.
Go to Instagram and go follow Michael McFadden at DC2ATL. Go follow him on Twitter. And on Facebook, it's just Michael McFadden.
Bye, Melinda.
And catch him in the morning, guys, on the Michael. 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Monday through Friday. He's pretty funny.
Bye.
Bye. So, guys, thank you for tuning in with him and I. Like I said, he does a lot of great things outside of radio. And he dropped some really good jewels tonight. And I know things like, in the motivational type deals that we do, it's very small steps for success. Very small steps. And they're doable. That's the greatest thing. It's doable. So I'm hoping you guys got something out of it. And, follow him because I'm telling you, he's proof. He's one of the most well-known real estate moguls out there. On top of, and he's very humble, as you guys can tell. But he knows his stuff. And radio, and he's a businessman, and he's so serious. While we were doing that, I just want to be honest and tell you guys, he's been telling me forever, Melinda, did you buy your name? I bought my name today, melindasantiago.com. That's what I was doing on GoDaddy. I bought it. And that's to safeguard my stuff. And it's truisms. Please, Michael at michaelmcfadden.com. Go buy his book, Truisms. Makes you think. And this is when I say quality, the proof is there. So just try it. All I say is always tell everybody this. Even when I do my readings, just try it. And tomorrow morning when you wake up, write down 5 things or so that you have to get done that day. And just see how you feel at the end of the day when you've completed them. Good job, Steely. That's a good step right there. Good job. But just try that for me. Just write down a few things and to see how you feel. And then if you like how you feel, imagine taking that on a daily journey. So I appreciate you guys for checking in. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. And please follow Michael, follow me. Go to Michael and Joy in the morning and listen to him. He's hilarious. All right. I appreciate you guys. 1,000 for hanging out with us. All right. See you guys later. Thanks.